Hello, everybody. I'm coming to you tonight with no makeup on. I just got out of the shower. However, my hair looks dry because it dries so fast, but I did just take a shower. So I'm going to have to wet it a little before I go on. But this video is going to be about whether or not you are comfortable in the skin you are in. I had to do this on selfie mode, so the video quality might not be as good. But I had to do it in selfie because my camera keeps turning off, and when I have it turned away from me, I can't tell that it's doing that. So it's going to have to be in selfie mode. So anyway, yeah, so I am going to show you my makeup routine, the natural makeup that I use. And as I do so, we're just going to discuss if we are comfortable in the skin we're in. I personally feel like natural beauty is the best, you know? I mean, because that's what God gave us. But I also am somebody who really, really likes wearing makeup. Started wearing makeup when I was like probably 14 because my sister gave me some electric blue mascara. If anybody remembers those days, when there was such a thing. Well, I think there is again, but it was first popular back then. It was so cool. However, my mom wasn't okay with me wearing makeup. And so I had to kind of sneak and wear it. And my friend would just kind of put makeup on me, and we would go out places. And, you know, it's funny, I didn't have that much on, so I thought it made this huge difference, but it didn't make any difference at all. Except for my electric blue eyelashes. So anyway, I've always had a love for makeup. Have I always been comfortable in my own skin? No. Am I now? Yes. Otherwise, I wouldn't make this video. Am I critical of myself still? Yes, but I would never be seen without my makeup before. So, yeah. Anywho, this stuff that I'm putting on, this is the Elavita by LifeWave, the patch that I use. It's the same brand, and this stuff smells so good. This is, the scent is kind of like, maybe, I don't know, to me it reminds me kind of an incensey kind of smell. It's not a smell I have ever experienced before, but when I first used this stuff, I thought it was so cool. It just smells like you're pampering yourself, and you are, because this stuff is great. But anyway, it's got that cool little cap that comes up like that, and it's in my very favorite color, you know, the turquoise kind of colors, oceany colors. So I have daytime cream of this, and I have nighttime cream, and I put this on before my makeup. Yeah, it just, oh, it feels so good. I love putting lotion on, don't you? It feels so good. It feels so, so good. When you put it on, you gotta do your neck and your ears and everything. It feels so good. The next thing I do is I moisturize my lips. This is, I don't have my glasses on, so this is kind of awkward, but I mean, I know what it is. It's Burt's Bees. I'm just trying to see the scent of it. It's watermelon. I also have another one that is, let me put my glasses on so I can see here. Vitamin E and peppermint. So, yeah, sometimes I'll put this one on. I like the cooling effect that it has, but it's kind of waxy. It's a little bit waxy, so almost like a dry waxy. And that's nice if you're going to put lipstick on over it so that the lipstick doesn't, because I don't use the lip liner, which I think I might start doing that. I used to, but I haven't lately. But anyway, so this is good for, so that it doesn't like run out of the lines and stuff. It kind of helps with this stuff. It's more dry, but you get the more oily kind of stuff and like this. However, I prefer that because it's more moisturizing in my opinion. But so I like the watermelon. We're going to do the watermelon today. And yeah, I just put a little bit of that on. So I moisturize my face and my lips. Then the next thing I do, yeah, I don't even know if I need to say this. I'm not getting paid for any of this. But I like although I should get paid for it because I use this company's stuff so much, but Physicians Formula, this is the stuff that I use. And I put it, it's a cream. I don't know if this would be considered a concealer or probably not a concealer, probably more like a foundation, but I kind of use it as both. It doesn't really say on there what it is, but anyway, I use Fair to Light. You're supposed to go one shade lighter than your complexion. I honestly don't know if that's possible in my case because I'm really light, but I use the lightest that they have, and I did kind of get a lot on there. But anyway, I tend to get some, kind of darker circles. I've always had that since I was a kid, darker circles under my eyes. And so I'm using the camera as a mirror, even though I have a mirror right below. I don't know really how that happened, but that's what I'm doing. At least then you guys can see better. But I can't see if I'm doing the best job until after I put my glasses on again. That's the funny thing. However, I've been doing makeup for so long, I could probably just do it with my eyes closed, and I do sometimes. So, not so much the eye makeup anymore now that I'm older, because, you got some little wrinkles to work around now, and so it's a little bit different. But anywho, so, I was going to fix my hair beforehand, but I didn't because I don't like having hairspray and stuff like that. I use hairspray. I need to use hairspray. If I didn't, my hair is like this, it doesn't do anything. So normally I'll probably have to re-wet it and then dry it. And I put a little bit of texturing kind of gel in there. And I have organic hairspray that I have that is from Karina Organics. And I really, really love that stuff. It's sweet pea, and it's just in a spritz bottle. It works better than any spray that I have ever used, and it smells like sweet pea, so it smells pretty. And they also have shampoo and conditioner and stuff that that I have used. So this is, I have to look again at the exact thing. I know it's by Burt's Bees. It's a glow or something. This is all a glow, and it's Lilac Lagoon. This is getting close to being gone, and anyway, it's like part blush and part like lip gloss. It's really cool. So I don't know if I'll use the lip gloss part of it today. Well, maybe I'll just do it just to show you. It isn't much for color when you do that, but it's just enough just to give your lips a little bit of color. But anyway, so I'll use like the edge when I do this, and I just go along here like so. And did I say the color of this? I think it's lilac. This one was hard to find last time though. This is my favorite one. I hope I'm using the right one. Yes, it's the lilac one. Looks like a lot, but this stuff really blends in well. And so I'm gonna take my little brush. I use the same brush that I rub the concealer in with, just because, I don't know, because I do. I have other brushes, but now I'm kind of looking down at that other mirror again, but it actually works better to look in this other one because it's brighter. Afterwards, I check everything, so if it isn't like perfect, that's why. Okay, so next, this is kind of funny because my sister-in-law gave me this stuff, and I will name it, even though it's not an organic brand, but I like it because it's CoverGirl Clean Fresh, and it's an illuminator thing. So I like it because It's cool. It feels really cool when you put it on, especially I suffer from migraines sometimes, and I have it for a while, though, which is really cool. But I like to put it right there on my cheekbones and just blend it in, especially nighttime. And it's nighttime, and so I am doing a night look. So I might be doing my makeup a little darker than I would in the day. I don't know. It all depends on my mood, too. That's, yeah, kind of going back to being comfortable in the skin you're in. So I started wearing makeup when I was younger, like I said, in secret kind of at first from my mom. She's pretty strict about that, but then around 16, I think I started to wear a little bit of makeup, and then got, in the, I don't know, I guess it was the 90s where it was really popular to wear super black eyeliner, so I did that for a while. Kind of went with all the different styles, and it was fun and everything, but I've always liked makeup because I'm also an artist, and I like to, put makeup on because it feels like my face is like the canvas or something like that. I just think it's fun and it's artistic and stuff. This guy here, oh goodness, what is this one? This is not organic. I just found this recently. I typically do use organic, this Physicians Formula stuff, which I'm going to use this too, but this is just a nighttime thing that I like to use. This is really shimmery. I don't know what brand this is. I would have to look. It's pretty though. But since I've gotten older, my, eyes, my deep set eyes, I guess you'd call them, they're deep set and stuff, but now this up here, is starting to get heavier as it does as you age. So you have to work with that. I don't know that I do perfectly, but I don't know. They have all these rules and what to do for that kind of heavy lid like that. What's it called? Hooded lid. They have all these rules and how you should do things. Sometimes I follow the rules, sometimes I don't. Because typically I find it doesn't really work for me that well. This I'm going to have to use my other mirror down here. This I'm going to make like a C here. I can literally do this like probably in 5 minutes. That's how I usually do my makeup, but I'm yapping. So this I'm doing a backward C. This I'm doing a regular C. And then I should tell you guys the name of this. This multi I don't know, color icon multi-stick satin. So it's this stuff. It's kind of a plum color. I also have it in this one, and I have it in this one, and I have it in this one, and I have it in this one. So you can't tell I'm an artist, right? No, not at all. So anyway, but we're doing that one tonight. So what I'm going to do, it looks terrible now, I'm just going to blend that like this, and it's going to get messy, so don't worry, I'm going to fix it. So they say what this does is when you have the hooded eyes, you kind of go out. You see how the hooded eyes is like here, but this goes like over, it extends past it is the idea. I don't know if it works or not, but it's pretty. So it's pretty, and that's all I care. That's all I'm going to do for that. So actually, I'm getting ready to do a podcast, and so that's why I'm getting ready. But I thought I'd do a 2-for-1 for my wellness page as well, for my recommendations for healthy or healthier makeup. Not all of my makeup is organic, but I try my best. And, I should probably go to Physician Formula's site and see if they have more options for stuff. I'm going to do this with this little brush here. I'm going to just do this and brush some on under my lower one a little bit. And try not to poke my eye. because I just did. Just went in there. So I'm going to do that. Like I said, it used to help when I was younger and I could actually see without my glasses, but when I'm doing certain things that I'm not as used to doing, I can poke my eye sometimes. So anyway, what you can do for this part, my face is moist enough, so if I just go up like that, it will kind of rub some of that excess away. This is also, I think, Physicians Formula. And actually, I have, this is for sure Physicians Formula, some cover-up stuff, but I'm running low on that, so we're just going to use this. This might be like CoverGirl or something. But, so what I'm going to do, now I lost my brush, so we'll use, oh, here we go. So you notice I rub that on my palm in case there's any of the blush left, so I don't put blush under my eye. So yeah, just kind of rub that up so it kind of goes kind of like cat eye like, I guess, kind of goes upward so it lifts your eye. That's what they say. So after that, because I'm doing night shot, I'm going to my kiddo's walking around up there. I'm gonna put some eyeliner on. And I actually am in need of some of this too, so it might not work as well as I want it to. They say not to close your eye, to look straight ahead if you have a hooded eye. But I find that when I do that, then I just get the skin up above. So I do it my old way that I've always done, and that works. So I'm just going to go right along the eyelashes here and do a little wing up and fix it a little bit. Okay. I don't know how much is getting on there. Maybe more than I thought. Whew. So what I got to do usually is go like this. Like, how am I doing? So I got to see, how's that looking? Yeah, and the extra stuff that you get at the edges, it's okay. You can wipe that off too, Okay, there we go. I think we'll do a little on this side too. All right. I don't do any of this stuff on the bottom. Uh-oh, I don't have my mascara. That is an important part of this. So, I'm going to have to end this until I can find it if I'm not able to. Okay, we'll end for a second here. All right, we are back, and I found my mascara was right in front of me. Big surprise. So it's Physicians Formula, of course, and Butter Blowout Mascara. So I've got they're really thick eyelashes, but they're not like long curved eyelashes or anything like that. But this stuff helps me to make them a little different. I'm not complaining. I used to complain about my eyelashes. I don't anymore. I used to complain about a lot of things about myself that I don't anymore because you just get older, and I just feel like, I don't know, you gain confidence in certain things. And like I said, I would never go without makeup before in front of anybody. Like, I hated leaving the house. I was just insecure that way without makeup. But now I can do it and forget that I'm not wearing makeup and, have the same conversations with people, strike up the same conversations when I'm out in public and everything. And who cares? Nobody cares. So, I know there's a Catholic speaker lady, used to be Jeanette Bankovic, I believe is how you say her name. Now it's something else because her husband died and she remarried. But she would always say that she's doing people a favor by putting makeup on. And I thought that was kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Maybe on our worst days, that is the best thing to do. But anywho, so I wanted to talk more about just, you know, how the Lord made us and, you know, what does He think of makeup and everything. You know, I don't know because that's not like biblical or, you know, anything like that. But I feel like as long as you're doing it for the right reasons, as long as you're, you know, like before when I would do it, it was out of insecurity so much that you know, that, like I said, I didn't like to go out in public, you know, and that was kind of an insult to what God created. And, you know, I'm going to put a little on the bottom here. And so I think in that circumstance, it kind of, you know, you're kind of crossing the line. It becomes like you have to kind of get in touch with who you are to God and that you're His beloved and that He created you just the way you are. And, you know, if you insult yourself, which I do in other senses, I'm not saying I don't, because I do, and I try to not, and try to tell my kids not to do that too, because if you insult yourself in the way you are, you're insulting what God made. However, now, sometimes I will make fun of myself for certain things, or maybe put myself down a little bit in certain areas. I'm not saying it's okay, but there's certain times that I feel like that we do have an obligation to take care of ourselves, and when we let ourselves go and there's a result of that, well, then I kind of sometimes will say things, you know, be it weight or, you know, if you're not eating great and your complexion, you break out or something like that, or you're not getting good enough sleep and you got those dark circles, well, that's kind of, you know, that's not God's fault. Nothing's God's fault. Well, you know, our appearance, I'm just saying that what He made is beautiful. And sometimes we let ourselves go and that's our fault. So if we don't look great. So my next thing is I'm going to show you, I have both this one. This is a lipstick that I love because it lasts like forever. And it's just mineral wear cheek and lip color. And so I'll show you what that looks like. So it's like this. This is Physician Formula as well. And it's in this tube. Now, I'm feeling like this is too orange for what I want tonight. I like to wear this when I'm wearing like peachy colors and stuff. I mean, it looks okay. Because of black, you can kind of wear anything with black. Probably wrecking my microphone sound there, so sorry about that. But there is this one. This is actually a lip plumper. And just like that stuff I used on my cheeks, I like the way that this feels when you put it on your lips because it has this cooling effect. And I love that. I like that in makeup. It's refreshing. This is Plumper. I don't really think that my lips need to be plumped necessarily because they're full enough. But I like gloss and all that, so my mom used to say, my lips look like juicy plums when I wear gloss and stuff. So typically I have like Kleenex or something by so that I can kind of blot it. But I don't have anything with me right now. So what I do in that circumstance, then I would just go and leave a mark. All gone. Things you have to do when you're kind of like out in public and you don't have what you need. You kind of learn to compromise. So I think that's pretty much it. I usually go back and then do a little bit more with my mascara. and just kind of wiggle it up. And like I said, I don't have much for eyelashes. My eyebrows, I don't do anything with my eyebrows because, I don't know. I don't like to. I feel like it makes me look too, it just takes away the softness of the face, you know? When your eyebrows look too thick and whatever. And the reason they are so thin like this is because I had just regular eyebrows when I was younger. But then I went and had my hair done. And because I used to color my hair every single color, not every single color, not all the colors I wanted to do. My mom wouldn't allow that, but I've done it red, I've done it blonde. It was long then, and well, sometimes short. I had short blonde hair, I had short reddish hair, auburn, whatever. My natural color is just brown with kind of reddish tints to it. Not red, but just had reddish tints to it in the sunlight. But I totally forgot what I was going to say, guys. But yeah, well, let's go with the hair subject then. Hair, yeah, it's gray and stuff. And honestly, in all the years that I've colored it, I never got as many compliments as I have with this color. So yeah, and know what? I love it. I love the color now. I don't know. I just love it. So I'm leaving it. I'm not going to color it. If anything, I'd put little stripes of colors or something in there. What was I talking about before, though? I don't know. I don't remember. If I do remember, I'll edit it in. I'm just rubbing everything in so you don't have any. I've gone to church before, and the kids will go, Mom, you didn't rub in like the stuff on your nose or whatever. And I was like doing the sign of peace with everybody, and I've done all kinds of stupid things at church, worn shirts inside out, and you name it, silly things where my kids will catch and feel like I could die. But oh yes, I see right now my eyebrows. So my eyebrows, I went to the hairdresser, and she asked me if she could do my eyebrows. And back then, I guess it was in the 90s. And that's when they would kind of make the eyebrows, kind of go up like that, arch up. And I was like, oh, she said that I had some, little hairs growing down here. So she asked if she could fix them, wax them. And I was like, I suppose. So I was laying back and she waxed them. And then suddenly my beautiful eyebrows were gone. My eyebrows were perfect eyebrows, like that wouldn't even need anything really before that. Well, not anymore. And so because she did that once, they started growing in funny. So then I'd have them done every time. Well, they got thinner and thinner and thinner. I used to draw them in. Now I don't do anything. My glasses just kind of cover it, and maybe it looks funny. If it does, I don't know. Maybe somebody can tell me, but I just don't feel like they're that noticeable. And I just honestly, even if I didn't wear my glasses, I'd probably just leave them. I don't know. I just don't care. Like I said, I don't like really dark and drawn in eyebrows or just the really thick dark eyebrows like for me, because it just hardens my face and I don't like that. I like to look feminine. So my dog is trying to get out. Okay, so I'm going to go. And I am going to fix my hair, and then I will come back after that. Okay, you guys, I am back. I hope everything's working. I just made an entire segment and nothing was working. So green lights on. Okay, I had no sound. Anyway, I just got back. This is my hair. And yes, I transitioned to gray. I used to color it all the time. I would encourage anybody who is going gray to let it transition. And at first it's really hard, but there's things you can do, or your hairdresser can help you with highlights or whatever so that you can transition. They can even put kind of blonder highlights in, and that will kind of blend it out better. So I'm typically, like I said, brown haired, but yeah, I let it come in naturally, and you can see it kind of got this little stripey colored, and I'm happy with it. And It just takes a while to get used to it. Just like with your makeup too, going out without makeup and stuff. With my hair, I dry it. And then I use, I just had some lights go out here. I use this stuff. It's Afro Balm, actually. It's just some textured cream that I got at Walmart. Just put a little bit in it to give me some texture because my hair is really, really slippery. And then this was the hairspray I was telling you about that smells like sweet pea, and it's from Karina Organics. And if you want any of these things, reach out to me if you want. I'll try to make a list of everything I showed you. But yeah, if you want to know more natural ingredients, you can go to EWG, Environmental Working Group, and their Skin Deep section, and that will show you the ratings on everything. That's what I do for everything I buy usually. Sometimes I just buy, what I can find, just once in a great while, but I try to have the majority of stuff that goes into my skin be organic, because your skin really, absorbs stuff. So I have to hurry because my phone is going to die. But anyway, I wanted to tell you guys too that I ended up putting a little bit of a darker shade over my other lipstick just because it's nighttime. And for you people who are not into lipstick, if you just want a lip tint, well, you can always just wear the chapstick. This is my little purse that I have that I love. My money and stuff fits in here, and this cute little bag I got at the dollar store. It's got sparkles on it, really cute, and it fits just really nice in here. But all I keep in here is like a cover up if I need that. Throughout the day, sometimes your makeup wears off a little bit. And then chapstick, another Burt's Bees chapstick. This one is strawberry. And then these are tinted. These are Burt's Bees tinted lip balm, and they're just like really nice because they just give a little subtle color. That one's kind of an orange, more of an orange, and this one's more of a pink. The pink is really, 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 really light, and but it's so pretty and soft. That one's called Pink Blossom, and this is called Hibiscus. So these two, but if you just don't like lipstick like I do. But anyway, I think I covered everything. All you need before you go out really though is just, if you want to kind of transition to going out with no makeup and just kind of getting yourself used to who you are and who God made you to be, but yet you still have the dark circles and you have the sunspots and whatever, and you want to feel a little more confident, that's okay. And this is really all you'd need, just a little bit of cover up, maybe just a little bit of lip balm to make your lips look healthy. And then, or instead of the lip balm, this stuff is really, really creamy. I'll show you this on my hand too. So that is the really light shade of it. And if that's the blush part of it, but it also doubles as lip stuff. And then it's got the moisturizing stuff in the middle. So if you put that on, that's wonderful. That's really all you need. If you have light eyelashes like I do, you can put just a tiny bit of mascara on, and then you'll just look really natural, still look like you, and just really natural. Yeah, so I invite you guys to do that. If you can do that sometime, soon, just put on really light makeup and go out and see how you feel. And if you feel really, really insecure, you might want to just do a check on yourself and how you feel in your relationship with God and who He created you to be. Just know each one of you is beautiful. We all come in different shapes and forms, and it's hard when you have all of social media making it look like you have to look a certain way and everything, and so much of it there are filters and stuff, and people really admire people who can go natural. Be comfortable in your skin and know how much God loves you just the way you are. And like I said, people admire people who can be natural and everything. It it makes you look like you have a level of confidence, and it feels good inside too. You just, just be yourself. You are just so beautiful in the eyes of God and in the eyes of so many that you think are probably looking at you with a critical eye, but instead they're probably admiring you. So God bless you guys. I hope this reaches the ears of somebody, and I hope you will be brave and be yourself and be natural. And I know that seems weird coming from somebody who's all loaded up with makeup, but like I said, I like wearing makeup, and it's okay to like makeup and everything as long as you're not wearing it to cover up who you are, If you enjoy makeup, I think that's okay, but just do it in a healthy way. It's important. God bless you guys, and we will see you next time.